Welcome back to the show. We're so excited to be back here in Nairobi. We've been gone a while, man. Our A-team is back in the building. Ciru Muiruri. How's it? Have you been?
It's good, it's good.
Anita Nderu is back with us. How are ya?
Can barely hear.
And Butita is back in the building as well with color.
Wanderlust, beat everyone.
Ati Wanderlust tumefanya nini?
Watu wametembea, mimi nimekuwa na Stockholm.
We're just visiting.
New York. Mimi nimekuwa Dar. Ciru, it's not our fault you are in Nairobi.
Me?
Ati Ciru, it's not your fault.
Ciru
it's not our fault that Ciru was in Nairobi.
Oh, that's Nairobi was in Lamu.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we did see a Lamu picture.
Thank you. He talks badly, but I can barely hear him. I don't know why.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
So, former National Assembly Deputy Speaker Farah Maalim, he seems like a man of very few words, literally. So this happened at the Serena Hotel in Nairobi last Thursday. The recipient of the slaps, none other than Somalia's former communication minister, Mohamed Mursa. Farah Abade has since apologized. This is what he said.
There were no blows. I mean, there was a little bit of fracas and a few here and there. By the way, the man is already a minister in the government, not a former minister, and a distant relative of mine. So I am not at liberty to talk about. And that video you see there was acquired by a senior politician from Garissa illegally. People were sent and bribed people in the place there and took it. So there's an investigation going on right now with Serena.
But it happened.
And hang on here, there's an investigation going on in Serena and somebody is going to lose his job for that. There's no doubt about that. But the fact of the matter is that it's also a thoroughly edited thing. I mean, it doesn't show everything.
So, Ciru, are you buying?
Whatever he's saying about first of all, I waited for that apology to come. I'm still waiting. What part of that statement was an apology, first of all? Second of all, I see a complete lack of accountability and responsibility. There's at no point, did he say, no, I acted out of turn. He didn't say anything like that. In fact, it was like, in fact, that video was taken illegally. But if you're acting right, sir, there'd be no video to take. So, okay, fine. And you know, he's right. If you're taking videos and you work in the hospitality industry, that's also some terrible manners. So there he's right, but that's not the point. He just shouldn't have been acting that way. You know what I mean? Like, I think we've normalized that kind of violence. We see MCAs beating each other with chairs, because we find it funny. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be funny because these are our leaders.
Okay. Anita, what do you make of the video and the apology?
There was no apology, first of all.
Okay.
And then how is it, you say, yes, there were no blows, just a bit of, a scuffle, but he's a distant relative. So are we meant to be beating up our relatives? I don't understand. And then when you say, if you behave like that in public, and you happen to be caught on CCTV, and then you get angry that, I can't believe it got out, somebody found it and they edited it, then don't do that in public. If he's your relative, beat him up in your house. Don't beat him up in a place where you can actually get the footage and see what you're really like. Again, which brings me back to, guys, whenever you're electing leaders, please keep in mind, they beat up their relatives. That's not the kind of guy you want. So you must be voting wisely.
Okay, and what do you think, Butita?
Mimi ningependa kusema kitu moja Rari.
Kai, Rari tena.
Historia ya MP kufight. Ni ufara.
I feel targeted. I feel personally victimized by Butita.
New Farah.
Oh my God, that took us a minute.
It took a while to...
I'm very ashamed. I'm sorry, Butita.
It took a while for that to sink in.
Yeah. Guys, we've been away for so long, we don't even get Butita's jokes anymore.
Yeah.
That was good. But, I don't understand how he could hear his jokes over that waistcoat. It's very loud.
I know, right?
He has to shout for us to hear him over that
Butita
waistcoat.
and I have been agreeing on dress code. We call each other, what color are we wearing today?
Alafu nyote mnavaa hiyo color.
We talk like we discuss what to wear. Yeah.
You have a WhatsApp group for your colors.
The color today is yellow.
And we're so mellow about it.
Oh,
right.
Nice. Well done.
Touche.
I see you're doing more than talking about colors. You're also exchanging punchlines. So, you guys, So I saw Raila Odinga, the Queen of Katwe premiere in Kampala last Saturday, and so we even got to chat briefly. Then a few days later, I saw this headline in a Ugandan newspaper. Raila terrorizes Kampala babes all night.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So the former Prime Minister was pictured having a good time with some friends. What had happened is that he'd actually showed up at a concert following the after party of the Queen of Katwe. It was put up by Uganda's oldest band, they're called Afrigo, and it was at the Serena Kampala Hotel. Why? Because Raila was staying there. But you know Ugandan blogs, mushene. But terrorizing, really, the word terrorizing, Ciru.
But you see, the thing is, I've seen snippets of Ugandan papers. I've actually seen red pepper. Yes. Thank you, red pepper. They have a very interesting way of speaking.
Yes.
Terrorizes. I mean, from those pictures, Mheshimiwa was just standing and chatting with people.
Yes.
I see no acts of terror. Like, as in, but again, I don't know why I'm blaming Ugandans, because tomorrow you'll see Anita, Nderu and Butita in WhatsApp group.
Yes,
Click here
yes.
And what they talk about, you will never believe what
number
they will talk about.
you.
Number 7 will shock you.
Watch where.
Number 7 will shock you. Why is it always a certain number that will...
And you click and you find
Achana
nothing.
ni na Raila.
Ati?
Unajua mimi niliona kitu ya Raila nikaona ODM. Odinga dancing moments.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Why did you laugh, Anita?
Why were you even
I have
asking
to be
this?
nice.
So don't enable
He
his
always
behavior.
says I attack him, I'm not nice to him, I
Yeah.
make him look dark on Snapchat. So once in a while I have to be nice. But you guys, that Ugandan magazine has been doing that ever since the days when I was in high school there. The headlines are so dramatic. Larry, you can be typing on your keyboard
Yes.
and they'll say, Larry was found with his fingers violently thrashing at a machine. And you're like, he was typing. And it's always been that way, but it's what sells. Sometimes you just want to go through it. I want to meet the people who write, because they have this way of twisting English to make it sound as sexual as possible. Whooper on the loose.
I know, right? Like, look at this picture. Butita, I put up this picture, guys, bring this up, of Raila Odinga greeting Lupita Nyong'o. This is at the after party. And even the Kenyan blogs were all over that story. It's just a perfectly innocent picture, right?
As in, I don't understand. First of all, I'm sure they've known each other a long
For
time.
a long, long time, yes.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, hey, how have you been? But as Anita talked about violently thrashing me, by that, of course,
Yes, Butita, yes.
The picture is innocent.
But
The people in that picture, are they innocent?
No.
I can't.
They are.
I'm going to move right along, by the way. Speaking of moving on, so Orange Kenya was forced to apologize for the action of an employee. In fact, they said it was a contractor because they later disowned him. A Twitter user identified as Laura Lolo took to social media complaining and shaming an agent who tried to hit on her through WhatsApp after obtaining her contact details from something. You know, she'd been at the shop, she left her contact details, and then it's like, yes, I'm the one who served you at this shop, and I liked you. Surely, a brother can try, Ciru, surely. A brother can try.
But he should have tried when she was there. There's something, you know.
He had to be professional.
Yeah, no, and then now you use your access to my private information to be supremely unprofessional. Let me tell you, as a mama, when by the time I give someone my number, it's because I've shown a level of trust in
Right.
you that I'm not giving just anyone. So to see that things like these happen makes me feel a little unsafe. Yeah, and also I have a real problem with guys saying that, oh, you know, a guy can try, because it insinuates that women are fair game.
Yes.
Like, however you're gonna get with me, you're gonna get with me. It doesn't matter if you accost me at that kachochoro between bus station and Ronald Ngala. It doesn't matter. Yani, as in, I'm open. It's open season on women, and that's not right. However, having said that, I would not have taken this to social media. There are better ways of handling this. I think she should have maybe gone to Orange and said, listen,
We have a problem.
yeah, because her tweet had even tagged in Adele Onyango. Adele doesn't work at Orange.
So she wanted to go public. She's like
I
that.
don't
She's
know
like
why.
that guy who recorded Lionel Muli's video.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. I don't know. It's like, I don't think this guy, by the Roho Safi, let me just tell you the truth. This guy was not being malicious. He was not he was not trying to be weird or creepy or stalkery, even though it came out he was being weird and creepy and stalkery. Let's get that right. But it's not like he was trying to let me creep this woman out. I think it was just being Roho Safi. May so this nice chick have access to her number, let me holler at her. So taking it public, I don't know, man. I don't know if.
And if you're complaining about invasion of your privacy, but you posted his picture publicly, so you actually
it's
managed to do the same for him.
I would not have taken it to social media. I would have handled it.
Anita, what do you think?
By the way.
Two things. To some extent, I see where she might have gotten creeped out, because these days, most of the times when you register for something, you're expected to leave your number, your address, and it would be scary to know if a man can take your number and send you a message, there might be a man who might take it too far and show up at your doorstep.
Thank you.
So I understand why she might have been creeped out. But like Ciru said, he didn't seem malicious. And if a guy does that, and there's a guy from an M-Pesa place who did that to me once, I see, in fact, even a shoe store who did that, you just block the person, or you tell them, listen, I am not comfortable with this, A, B, C, D, block the person. Or go to the store and say, listen, I don't want to get you into trouble. However, what you did was wrong. And in case you plan to do this again, I'll have a talk with your supervisor. Because I'd feel kind of bad if the guy was fired over this when he could get a warning about it. Posting it on social media, wow, that was just too much drama for no reason. And you're exposing him and his number. So the invasion of privacy clause, you've already crossed it as well. It was so unnecessary because she could have DM'd Orange. So what she did was just over the top dramatic.
Butita.
Yenyewe huyu kijana mimi naweza sema alikuwa tu anajaribu bahati. Although ni makosa kuchukua namba hapo, lakini tulipeleka mbali sana. Juu ukiangalia hata ni mtu anafanya tu ile kazi ya pale ndani ya kusimama pale. Mpaka nilikuwa najiuliza, msichana angetumiwa hi, I'm the CEO of Orange.
Thank you. I thought of that as well. Would she have done that?
Nah. Okay.
History tungewaijua kweli.
Okay, you know, I have a problem with that argument because it assumes that most women are gold diggers, which is not the case. I mean, it's like no, I'm sorry, no. Let's not even go there. No.
Wait, wacha Butita malize hiyo point yake. Yes.
Wacha nimalize. No, wewe utanyamaza wewe. Lari kitu iko hapa pia. Tunajaribu kusema ni ati tusikue tulimexpose because of hiyo innocence yake, yeye kitu anafanya, hiyo picha alipiga mali yako. Yeye ingekuwa mtu mwingine labda tungenyamaza. Kitu najaribu kusema hii kitu ingemalizwa tu hapo pia. Lakini tukiendelea hivi Lari, si utakuwa unapigiwa hata na wezi wanakuambia si ndio tulikunyang'anya simu jana.
I mean, at the end of the day, there are rules and regulations. This guy broke a rule. But there's a reason why in HR you have a first warning letter. Unless now you do something completely, out there, completely egregious that has you losing your job. But for her to take this to social media, it means she was trying to have him tried by the court of public opinion, and I don't think that was fair.
It didn't work in her favor.
I'm just here sipping my coffee right now.
Everybody was like, no.
It was attacked until even me, I felt sorry for her now, because people were attacking her in ways that were necessary. Now people said attacking her looks, her what.
But that's what you do when you put it out for Kenyans to decide.
I think what we were saying.
Crucify you.
In fact, Larry.
Yes.
What's the name of that guy?
We don't want to use his name because that's an invasion of his privacy.
I stand with that
Let's call him Butita.
Let's call him Butita. Yes. Okay, I think what we were saying is he should do this. Charles tweeted and says, at Ciru Muiruri, would you mind a date? Uko top mbaya.
Evo, ask me.
That's how you do it.
Like that.
Tweet me.
Patia Charles answer while we're still on the subject.
Ciru, I got
Look at the way Ciru is blushing.
I know.
She's just like...
Why is so
Okay, so guys,
Hillary shimmy.
Did you know that you can now put your hands out of a vehicle in traffic, but it will cost you 1,000 shillings only? I know, it's a reasonable fee. Yes, the new traffic regulations drafted by Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia, they came into effect a few days ago, and they're coming down hard on motorists who flout traffic rules. The general idea, by the way, behind these regulations is to root out unqualified drivers among the traffic offences, and the best bit is they have instant fines, so you don't have to bribe a cop. Hakuna kuongea sahi. If you're found driving above a speed limit, this is how much you need to pay. There's an M-Pesa number, mnamalizana hivyo.
Hey,
So Larry, when I saw this,
yes,
I was very happy because I use Uber every day, and many a time the drivers will be stopped, and then you'll see the cop trying to be sketchy. So now you'll just be pulling out like a menu from your bag.
Yes.
The offense that has been committed is
this one.
So this is how much we owe you. Okay, all right, great, thanks, we're done.
Cheers, bye.
Because they always come and say things like, you use this lane. Do you know if you go to court, that's 40,000?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's something wrong with that statement. Well, at least now you know what your offense costs. So then you won't have to bribe this guy, which is great. And two, you'll want to save money now, because after you've done the same thing over and over, itakuwa kama unalipa rent on a road. So just stick to driving the right way and doing the right things. I'm so happy with these regulations.
Fantastic. Ciru.
Do you know, I'm so glad Anita said that, you know, that you can have the full menu, because the thing that's missing from Kenyan roads is order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Order. Even as I was coming to town, I was also in an Uber, and I don't know when it was decided that traffic cops are new traffic lights, and we have traffic lights.
It's so annoying.
We just watch them counting down. They're for decoration. Like maybe if I'd forgotten to count down from 27 to 0, they'll hit me that day. That's the only purpose they serve.
Yeah.
And so we have these guys that are generally making a living off of the roads, off of creating chaos, off of creating lack of order. So the fact that there's a whole list of this is your crime, this is the fine that you should pay, and if there are crimes that are 1,000 bob, you know, but for putting your hand out of the window, that's another story altogether. Because I can be waving to my boys, hey, Nyati, am I waving politely like a lady in the car? I am a lady. Hello, sir. Toodles. But as in, I feel like this is a double-edged sword, because again, I know I've lived in Kenya my whole life. Traffic cops will always find a way around this to find a way to kula from you.
Yes.
For instance, if they patter you tomoing your hand from the car window and the fine is 1,000 bob, mtongea vizuri mlipe so tano na hiyo story ishe. Even though the fine was 5 sok, you'd pay him 2 sok. And how many people of 2 sok would he arrest that?
Wasewengi, he's made his money. Butita.
There's no way bribery will end.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Butita.
Yolo, pia mimi naona nipoa juu kuna watu wameumia juu kutoa mikono nje na mwili nje. Sawa, watu wa convertible. Shauri yenu. Second milari. Hao watu wanafaa tuelewe saa nyingine. Unapandanga matatu hivi. Kuna kitu inawachiliwa hapo ndani wewe. Unapata bafu yako iko tu nje, kichwa iko nje yani. In fact mimi kishikwa na polisi nikidrive. Mkono iko chini iko nje. Na wachilia na mwambia ingia ndani. Unaweza weka kichwa hapa wewe.
All right. So the Judicial Service Commission has put out an auction of high-end vehicles that belong to judiciary staff, but they've been just rotting in the judiciary parking lot for a while. The prices of the high-end cars range from 25k to 450,000 shillings. Keep in mind, these include several Mercedes-Benz models. I guess after this move by the Judicial Service Commission, people will stop judging success by model of a car someone drives. Who knew you could get a Benz at 25k, right?
But question is, will it be that amount when you go for the auction?
That's kind of the reserve price, which is it's the floor. It could go higher. Okay. It's an auction after all.
It will go up, and then again, even though at the end of the auction, at the fall of the hammer, maybe I'll have paid 85k for
a Benz.
That E-Class over there, it's a Benz, sour. But those cars, like you mentioned, have been rotting in that car parking for a minute. How much will it cost me? Let me talk like a Kikuyu. How much will it cost me to take that car to the garage and have it refurbished until new? I'm sure it still won't cost that 1.3, 1.5, 2 million shillings.
Yeah, it will still be
but
less.
Hiyo kazi yote, sininunue tu Pro Box.
What I think is, or maybe I'm just one...
Yes, what do you think, Anita?
Maybe I'm just one of those negative Nancys. I just find it very hard to believe that the businessmen and women in Nairobi are just going to allow those cars to go for the price that they're being offered at.
Yes.
Somebody is going to go buy all those cars, fix them, and sell them in showrooms.
At regular prices.
And sell them at the regular prices, and we'll be there buying them. Because you'll go there and you're like, me and Ciru are like, maximum we're spending is maybe 120k. There's no way a single one of those cars will actually, when the hammer goes down, will be that amount.
And then because the GKs, they will convert them to regular number plates, itakuwa GKCH.
Yeah, and somebody will buy that car.
Yes. Butita.
You know what makes me sad about this conversation? We are so cynical. We are such cynical Kenyans. Oh my God. But Butita, continue.
This is Kenya. Maybe Butita is optimistic.
Lari nasikia kuna mpaka gari ya 25,000. Na request kama naweza exchange na TV yangu.
Oh my God.
Unajua kuna kiatu ya 25,000. Mimi naweza.
All right. Sawa Butita,
Oh dear Jesus.
I want to give a shout out to George Best Njuguna. He's streaming live from the UK.
Hey.
And we really appreciate that. Uku Kino.
Ooh. Thank you for watching us.
I did not see that coming.
Even me. And yeah, I was busy saying thank you.
What up?
So thank you. Adoa Uku Kino.
Live.
Adoa Kino.
Adoa Kino. Buriega.
Nikastream yani.
All right. So as I mentioned last week, Saturday, 1st October, it was International Coffee Day. Again, international, yeah, recognized. And Nescafe, the world's largest coffee brand, they decided to celebrate it big this year. Over the past couple of weeks, coffee lovers from over 60 countries globally have been sharing selfie videos celebrating the love for coffee and how it's absolutely the best beverage to have in the morning. Hence the campaign slogan, Good Morning World. The thousands of videos that have been shared by people enjoying their coffee and passing on their morning mug of Nescafe was streamed live in a 24-hour global Facebook broadcast. It was amazing. It united the coffee lovers from over 60 countries into a giant mug chain. And Kenya was not left behind. There has been great buzz around the Good Morning World, hashtag Good Morning World, even this week. And some of you created very interesting videos and joined the rest of the world in that giant mug chain I talked about. Here are some of them. How cool is that? Now, if you haven't already made your pass the mug video, don't worry. You can still do so and send this video to our page. It's called The Trend with Larry Madowo on Facebook. And you stand a chance to win Nescafe gift hampers. They're pretty cool. I have one of those. If you do not have your red mug, the Nescafe team have got you. Go to your nearest supermarket, buy the 200 grams jar of Nescafe Classic, and the best bit is it comes with a free branded red mug. Once you have your mug, you can make your creative pass the mug selfie video like this. You're welcome. How cool is that? Listen, I'm going to take a very quick break right now. Plenty more coming up after the break. So people have questions about the new traffic rules. This one is from Andrew Macau. So, how shall we be buying our newspapers from the vendors? Watakuwa wanaingia ndani ya gari? I mean, that's a legitimate question.
Yes.
So if you can't put any part of your body outside, wewe mtu wa gazeti ataingia ndani ya gari?
Ama it's leading to your
Butita,
car, like the way
atakuwa na slide kama mtu anaingia kwa DM.
Larry, good one.
I know. And then
I know.
I'm proud of you,
Toka hapa.
Larry. You're
Vincent
getting good at
Love
this.
Milk.
Salimianga watu.
I hope Kidero and Olomide won't be forgotten during this World Coffee Day.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
Oh, it took you guys a moment to shika that.
Yeah.
That one is heavy.
Vincent, nyenyekea Mungu akutumie brother.
That one is very heavy. In fact, juu ya hiyo story, wacha nisip kahawa. Because it's none of my business.
All right. Abud, huyo Lola ingekuwa ni MD alimkatia atungejua hii story. Watu wa customer care tunanga bahati. You remember that chick who ratted on the orange guy?
That story is so old. This story is older enough 50 bob not I got has changed from the chemist today. Old!
Okay,
so old.
Shiro Amai, just wondering if I'm 6 foot tall and driving a convertible, do I get fined for my head being out of the car? I like these follow-up questions. They're all very valid.
Question.
Yes, they are.
Yes. Question these rules, banner.
LB Simon.
Wait, Larry.
Yes.
Does this also count for politicians when they're outside their car just waving? Rectangular waves at no one and the rest to wave at other people?
I wonder.
do they have to pay 1,000 bob as well? So during rallies,
yes,
they're like, these are the expenses. Na uongeze 1,000 ya kutoa mkono every now and again.
I know, right?
Na Butita ameuliza kama on Nduthi, like what's your hand, what's the hand placement? No, but what's the hand placement? Like, what if
Nduthi tu wako nje already. Ni kama zile hoteli za nje zenye zusema no food from outside. Ziko nje. So wako nje tu hakuna I apply.
But then this guy works, you think too fast.
Sawa, Butita.
You're too chap.
So, Elvis Simon, how I'm watching the trend with Larry tonight. Hey Larry, I believe it's a mixture of surprise and excitement. Your meme game is strong, bro. Your meme game is very strong. All right. So another stupid man once again underestimated the power of social media because people don't learn. Barely a month after an airport employee got into trouble over a Facebook post, Mohammed Alfayo from Satek, he put up a disturbing post on his Facebook account. He was bragging about having sex with a class 4 pupil. Social media found him, obviously, and he was promptly arrested. Ciru.
I think these people, it's not at the stupidity of no one ever learns. I think they've gotten away with it for so long that you can't fathom that your day will come.
No, but what kind of man has the guts to brag about sex with a class 4
I'm getting
kid
to that.
Publicly?
I'm getting to that. This cannot have been the first time he'd had this conversation, not on social media, but in public. For him to feel comfortable enough to post it on social media, it means that there's a circle of friends that he has. By these conversations, there's a safe space for him to have conversations like these. Now, in this case, he put himself out there in the public domain, and none of the people who saw that post was like, no, this isn't right. This isn't right. This will not fly. And these are the things that are paining me because we're hearing more and more cases.
Hang on, wait, we'll get to them. Ciru, just hold up. There's 2 more coming. Anita.
For those of you who follow me on Snapchat, you know how heavily I weighed in on this topic. My concern when he was arrested was how they were saying, oh, you should be careful what you put on Facebook. I'm glad he put it on Facebook because he put it on Facebook. He was able to be, we found out what kind of a man
Some people are saying that you should be careful what you post on Facebook.
Because that's
so it's okay to do this as long as you don't put it on Facebook.
That's what I was wondering.
The Facebooking is the problem.
Because when that was said, I was like, what do you mean we should be careful what we post? I mean, what he did was wrong. Doesn't matter that he posted it or not. What he did was wrong. But as a result of posting it, the public found out and he was arrested. This is my concern. This particular thing keeps happening in all of our rural areas. Small girls are being lied to. They're being given all sorts of incentives by these pedophiles and they end up preying on them. So I feel as a country this has become too much and there should be community outreach programs to educate these girls, to let them understand the value of their bodies, to let them know that people like these exist.
And they should be aware.
And they should be aware. And the next time this happens, she should raise alarm, not give in, not assume it's okay. Because he invaded her privacy. Put her pictures on Facebook.
And then there are people who are sharing that image again and again and again. I'm like, fine, you're condemning it, but her face is there. What are you trying to do?
It is wrong.
Hold that thought, Butita.
If it was up to me, his genitals would be cut off and he'd be in jail for the rest of his life.
I'm glad she said it.
Larry, mimi nadhani kesi yote ina involve mtoto.
Yes.
Ni sensitive sana. Sijui mbona inaendanga kotini hata. I think inafai kuwe unaenda hata jela direct. Juu hata sioni mtoto anaenda kusimama court na mtu bado tena afanye kesi.
Defend herself, yes.
Hapana.
Okay, keep that in mind because in Kisii, 2 MCAs from South Mugirango were on Monday evening arrested in the company of 3 minors with whom they're alleged to have spent a whole weekend and probably allegedly again engaged in sexual activity. Residents raised alarm because the schoolgirls were spotted in one of the MCA's cars changing clothes. The 2 leaders obviously have since been arrested because evidently they're leading in the wrong direction. But that's just one of them. That was them in court. I don't even want you to weigh in because I want to add to this one. Just when you thought you were done with sexual offenses, here's yet another one. Ndio mjue kuna shida kweli. So 63-year-old seller of groundnuts is called William Simeyu. He's from Bungoma. He was on the dock on Wednesday for marrying a 12-year-old. First of all, this has nothing to do with the groundnuts. He's on Njugu. Kwa wale hawajui. This is just sheer irresponsibility. Simeyu was blamed for the minor's 1-month disappearance from her home, and in his defense, he said the standard 6 people followed him home and she asked that I marry her as she was tired of going to school. You have to listen to him to believe it.
Nilikosa sika kwa sababu unakaa hivi mpaka makosa yanakupata. So naona hata anatembea kwa njia na unapata makosa. Afya mbaya. Hiyo nilikuwa Sasa siku nyingine alisika anasema we mara sisi katai siku mbili ninawacha.
Okay, Ciru, go.
For me, it looks like there's a systemic cultural problem because these issues are cutting across
This
communities.
is Sotik, it is Kisii, it is
Across,
Bungoma.
even the guy from the airport guy
Yes.
was from an entire different community.
Yeah.
This is a systemic problem. There's a problem with the female body in Kenya being sexualized, and there's no age at which the female form
And it's
is
getting
safe.
sexualized earlier and earlier and earlier.
But
These are
there's no
teenagers,
age
these are
of
class
safe.
4
We've
people.
had babies being molested. We've had of grandmothers being raped. No female is safe. We have to ask ourselves why. And Anita said, we have to have community outreach programs, to sensitize girls, and that's great. But I feel that the work needs to be done among young boys as well.
Yeah, I
Young
agree.
boys
I was going to
need-
say that actually.
We need to teach young boys that there's more to the female body than sexualization.
Larry, nikuulize
I
swali.
mean, it's horrifying.
Uliza swali.
Do you have any ministry ya watoto hivi ama yenye inafaa
It's supposed to be under gender, I think youth, etc. They're all kind of jumbled in together.
It's one of those cosmetic ministries that don't do anything.
Sababu ni wengi sana.
Yes.
It's the largest percentage hata labda. Karibu 60% ama
Yeah.
40% ni
Larry?
watoto.
And Anita,
Hakuna
when you
vitu
think
mingi
about
wanase-
it, Anita, when you think about it, these are just the cases we have had this week and the ones that made it to the media. How many more
I
are happening
know.
that are
That
not
is
getting
what
the
I'm
attention?
wondering.
Sana.
And
Yeah.
something that really pisses me off is whenever these stories come out, you'll hear people saying, oh, but those children, they're from the villages, they're naive, they don't know. My opinion is any child from anywhere, if you educate them, if you talk to them, you would rather have warned them about it than when the offense happens, you wish you had warned them about it. Talk to them. Children are not stupid.
Yeah.
This is 2016. If a child can operate an iPad at the age of 5, a child can understand at the age of 10
Yeah.
that what this man is asking me to do is wrong. If you're a baby, we understand, which is the reason why men and boys, in fact, boys from an early age, they should be educated. They should be told, listen, the female body is not for your every desire. It's disturbing that we have so many pedophiles in Kenya and they're preying, especially on the girls who are in the rural areas, because they don't know better. We should educate them, educate the boys as well, to learn to protect these girls. You're supposed to protect them, not prey on them. It's
Right.
very disgusting.
And I mean,
I don't understand how a grown man can look at a small girl who could be your daughter, who could be your niece, and you look at her and somehow it arouses you. That is very disturbing. They
Yeah.
should, these guys, I don't even see why they go to court, including those MCAs. I don't see why you're going to court.
The proof
As
is there.
soon
Go to
as
jail.
you are caught with this offense, straight to jail.
As in,
Yes.
I think for me, the biggest issue is these are MCAs. Even MCA is doing this, and it's openly. They're not creeping around with these children
Yeah.
in the
Leader.
dead of night. I'm not going to call them high school girls. These are children.
Yes.
They're not creeping around with these children in the
And
dead
he's a
of night.
leader.
It was likuwa mchana when they were changing into their school uniform, they were rudi shuleni.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if MCAs are doing this, how systemic, how common is this problem? How common
more thing,
is
Larry.
this?
Yes.
How common is this? And what Anita said, that children need to be sensitized. I know I have friends with children in nursery schools and in lower primary who they even taught songs about
Yes.
consent. And another thing, this is a concept that has eluded people. Consent. I actually saw a grown, educated man on Facebook having an argument talking about, but the issue of consent doesn't arise if she said yes. There's a reason why minors are protected by
Because
the law.
that's what the Bungoma guy says. This girl
Ati
came to my house.
alijileta.
She was
In
tired
fact,
of going
But
to
he
school.
should know
She wanted me
better.
to marry
Hata
her.
hafai
My
kupewa
63
yeah.
years old. As a 63-year
Who
old
is
man,
going
he's
to
trying
be
to
the
say
adult?
he
Who
didn't
is
go
the
wrong with
grown-up?
this.
Yeah.
Hafai
Who
hata
is the
kupewa
grown-up?
chance ya
Grown
kuongea
up.
Okay, let's leave it there for the moment. By the way, the MCAs are from Bobasi and Bonchari.
Oh, one more
South
thing,
Shame on
Bungoma.
them. Can't I even
And they're
name
still
them?
leaders. They're still there. They haven't
No.
resigned. They haven't
Name
been.
them. Want to
Larry?
hear their names?
Yes.
Another thing is, and it's something that kept cropping up when I was talking about this on Snapchat, people said, but in rural areas, they idolize these people.
No.
You look at an MCA as, an MCA wants me. That's my way out of this life that I live. Oh, a teacher wants me. Oh, this man with money wants me. And again, such thinking can be stopped if you're sensitized and you're made to understand. If a man who's 63-year-old will prey on you, he's not preying on you because he wants to change your life.
Yep.
He's just a very sick-minded
He's a sex
human being,
pest.
and you need to stay away. You need to
Fantastic,
understand there's more to
yes.
life than getting out of life by are consenting when they don't know better.
Okay, let's leave it there for the moment. There's plenty more coming up after the break. This is the Trend Trending Talk. Is #TTTT. Butita, kuna maoni hapa kuhusu Elvis Mureima. Shout out to my boy Eddie Butita. Leo nakaa kama KFC.
Guy.
Okay, ni sawa. Ni sawa.
Alafu Mugeshe 21 pia kuna maoni anasema Butita leo umeshine. Kweli unataka kusoma news za saa 3?
Why are people so petty
I don't
today?
know. Your petty copters are flying low
The
everybody.
views are alive with the sound of petty.
James Nikush, you have so many USBs connected to your laptop. Are you offering phone charging services to raise NTSA fines?
But tonight, the timeline is on fire.
Yes, it is.
It's on fire.
Okay.
I feel you.
Focus here, so can I explain to you guys what is happening? The reason you can see those tweets I just read is because of all of these things here happening. Kama si hizi, hizo tweets nimesoma, amgeko mnasoma. Okay? So everybody, I'm a need for y'all to chill out, okay?
Yeah.
Good. I want to tell you guys about Watson Weru though. He's an aspiring MCA in Karatina. And he dared to dream of a Karatina that's a mega city. His manifesto was shot down online as being too big a dream to achieve. But there it is. That's what he wants to turn Karatina into. Karatina is like 2 roads. Shiro.
Me, first of all, I have to give props to King because his captions are fire.
I know, the captions are
24
done by
carat
that.
roads. Mad guy. Second of all, on the way to Shags, you have to pitia Karatina. And you know, it's good. It's a beautiful town.
Yes.
I love Karatina.
But I felt like there's a bad
No, kirea mo utigago wikaga.
Yeah.
What you will stop, what you're not going to do
comment.
is sell dreams and fantasies. Ati those roads, ati others overpasses. You're in the middle of Kikuyu land, which means you're going to ask a Kikuyu farmer to give up his land.
Yes.
That is a lie. That is anti-Kikuyu propaganda, and I will not stand for it.
You don't stand for this, Nini. The devil is a liar. Okay, Anita.
Where are all those roads going? You know, I've driven by Karatina before. Where are all those roads going? You know, the thing is, sometimes I think these guys what's that thing is, I don't know how to say it in case they're taking us quickly.
Oh, they've come too quick. They've come too fast.
They've come too much.
They've come too much.
I don't know what they think.
But
We don't have the same we don't have the same prescription from the doctor. You know, we look at these things realistically now. This is 2016. You can't lie to us the way you lied to us in 1996. You know, in 96, if you told us you want to do that, even in Eldoret, which has one road, we'd be like, yeah, this guy has the vision. But now, we're looking at your map. We're looking at the areas around Karatina. Where are those roads going? And then you're going to tell us how this is going to cost the taxpayer a couple of hundreds of billions, which we will have to dish out. And then we'll hear, oh, you know, there was a scandal. Oh, najua, sijui girlfriend ya nani alifungua account. We just don't need this. Listen, if you're going to sell something to us, make it realistic. At least say we're going to do landscaping for the side of the roads. Don't tell us I'm going to build a mega highway with underpasses, overpasses, and sideway passes. Kwani we're going to New York from Karatina.
Anita's just had a parallel conversation while we were on a different wavelength. We're laughing at a joke 3 minutes ago. Okay.
It is possible.
Okay.
Hizi barabara zitatumiwa na magari kama punda.
We have pro boxes. Huko si Lamu.
Hata zile gari za miraa kutoka Meru zitapitia hapo hivyo.
Inawezekana. Kwetua positive. Kumchagua, okay, hapo ndio sijui, lakini akipeja tusikose kwa na barabara. Aonyeshwe barabara.
Larry, Amira guy will get onto one of those roads and find himself in another part of Africa.
There's
no other way to justify.
Inawezekana.
First of all, can you pull up a picture of that MCA again?
Okay, bring up the picture again.
The picture of the MCA guy. Everyone's Kikuyu uncle has a picture like that one. Sitting, have I lied? Sitting at the back of his with a one leg. Look at my car. This is me. We are those. Come on. I ain't never lie. I ain't never lie.
Hapana Shiro, umekuja sana.
I skate.
Okay, I really hope this puts to rest the debate on whether men can multitask. On Monday, Shamora Collins warmed the hearts of the toughest crowd. I mean social media users, because he narrated a touching story of his experience as a full-time father. Collins carries his 4-month-old daughter to work so his wife can concentrate on her career, and also because he doesn't trust house helps. Ciru.
Me, this warmed my heart. Like, it warmed my heart because it flies in the face of what, you know, African men
all
are
this
told
toxic
in culture.
masculinity.
Yeah, so it's so, like, whenever I'm close to losing faith, I'm like, oh, wait, what is all this? Then I'm reminded that there's so many great Kenyan men who are just doing their thing in silence. Look at that man feeding his, ati amejitolea so that his wife can go to work. What? As in, I didn't even know what to say. And then plus that baby, as in, you know me, I love babies. I love being around them and holding them and smelling them. So I mean, this is just, it was a story for the field. Yes. I loved it. This is such a great, well done, sir, well done.
Anita, what do you think of the story? He's a great guy.
I'm asking for Ciru, does this guy have a brother? Because the way she has swooned over this
I
story,
know, right?
Her ovaries are heated up. She's ready.
My body is ready.
But I think it's really sweet what he's doing. And I agree with Ciru. This notion of how Kenyan men make themselves seem like ni watu ngumu, hawafanyangi hizi kazi. That's, you know, that's for the women to do.
Yes.
And then their job is, they're like, sisi tunafanyanga kazi ya wanaume. Nasi kazi zingine ni yenu ya kufanya. This just goes to show you, thank God we're in 2016. There are men who actually care about their women's careers, and they care to see a 50-50 input into making sure that the family system works. So that's great. Kudos to you.
Well
and
done.
Aww.
I know, right?
Butita.
I'm so proud of my brother.
Huh?
Ciru, are you
He's leading to my DM.
Well.
That's like that.
Ati what? Your brother in Christ?
As one family.
Your brother in Christ?
That's our blood. It's in the DNA.
Oh,
All right.
Butita, you don't even look anything close to him.
Are you calling Butita black?
Yes.
This is racism.
Martin Luther
Black lives matter.
That's what we established a very long time ago. Calling Butita black is no longer a diss or anything. We're just stating facts. We're saying it as it is.
Malcolm
I thought we were an honest panel. Or are we not? Did the rules change?
Free up black people.
In fact, siongei mpaka show ishe.
All right. Then you have to smile, otherwise we won't see you.
Hey, no, it's not racism.
Hey, Butita, just remove
Black
your mic
lives matter,
and leave.
you guys.
Just store a mic now, Wende.
Black teeth
Chini
matter.
madharau sasa.
So
I mean, he doesn't need to look like an Easter candle. It's not his fault.
Hata wewe.
Oh my God.
One of you will betray me.
This era of social media and cameras has exposed a lot of ills that exist today. Take this example of this video, for instance. This is somewhere in Tanzania. It's called Mbeya Mixed, I think, Day Secondary School. Ciru, what to say about it?
You know, I've always said this, and you know, there are two professions where I feel like there needs to be a psychological evaluation that you need to do before entering: teaching and the police force.
Yes.
Because, you know, the police, you're in charge of our safety, and teaching, you're in charge of our children.
Yeah.
And to see that, like, someone's parent has entrusted that child to those teachers.
And that's what the teachers are doing.
And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they such bile. As in, that's how you fight with someone who has taken your cheek. Not a student. As in, there's madharau, like, and you have to be some kind of sociopath to beat up at, because this is a child. People think that people in high school are adults, by the way, and they're not. Because me, I remember I was up to all kinds of childishness, childish.
So, you know, we were saying that
anyway, I was up to all kinds of foolery when I was in high school.
Ciru, welcome to Kisumu.
I'm a member of the Luo diaspora. Anyway.
Are you sure you've been in Lamu?
No,
okay, Anita.
the English went. I left it in Lamu.
Anita.
This just goes to show the number of stories we hear, and such things validate it. There's this superiority teachers sometimes tend to have, where they forget they're meant to be teachers and not the leader of the classroom per se. They'd come, and then if you do something, if you as much as, you know, question something they've done, the wrath they release on you because you have questioned their authority and made them look bad in front of other students. You know, you'd expect this person who is supposed to be the adult and the teacher to think through things, to see, okay, this student might have disrespected me or disrespected me. Take them aside, teach them on the side, talk to them, do what a teacher should do. You don't beat up a child like a thief. That's how you beat up a thief.
Butita.
You come to my house and you take my things, that's how I'll expect you to be beaten up. That kid was being hammered.
Leave it there, Anita. Butita.
Mimi nakwambia hiyo ni Tanzania, hata hapa Kenya watu wananyoroshwa. Hizi vitu fanyika lari. Wewe ulisomea wapi? Wale patachi watosi. Ukishika umefuta. Anaanza tena. Unangoja hapo nje ya staff room ni kama uko kwa clinic, unangoja kusikia mtu ametoka.
Just waiting outside the staff room put the fear of God in you. It was a punishment enough without a kushikwa. Kungoja tu hapo kwa staff room at kneel outside. Where?
Si kwanza ulikuwa unatumwa.
And then the headmaster passes.
Alafu headmaster akipita anasema guys,
where? You feel like you even pretend you were cleaning windows. I don't want to look like you are on punishment.
Unajipa shughuli.
Amen.
Guys, speaking of schools, I want to show you this from Kabianga University. So somebody get these to try and break it down for me. What Kabianga was trying to explain here in their menu. Because huku niko kina nani guys, hata sijaonesha mshaanza kucheka. Guys, bring it up, will you? There it is. Mursik. Paklas.
No, Larry, you're the one who misunderstood.
How did I misunderstand? Explain to me.
In a classroom, because they're trying to save on funds and because they understand students don't have a lot of money, the students come together, pay 10 shillings, and the entire classroom gets more sick. But obviously, you guys being the people you are and being as judgmental as you are, you assume it was a spelling mistake. They're a good place. They give an entire classroom more sick for 10 shillings. Proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you.
I have to go out, but Butita, real quick.
Unajua kwa kunanga difference ya X wako na mayai ni kitu same.
Eggs. Me only have 5 seconds to say this, 5 seconds. But, you know, a class of Mursik is very classy.
All right, guys, I need to remind you that remember when you go out shopping this weekend at your nearest supermarket, buy the 200 grams jar of Nescafe Classic. It comes with a free branded red mug. Like this, and everyone needs one of these. Then once you have your red mug, you can make your creative pasta mug selfie video and post to the Trend with Larry Madowo Facebook page or the Nescafe Facebook page using the hashtag #GoodMorningWorld, #Kenya. And if you will like it, you win yourself an amazing gift hamper from Nescafe. It's as easy as this.
I want to live for today, sit at the bay like Redding, and let my spirit engage every single second, just the time zone.
Super easy. I must say thanks to my guests. They've been amazing today. Sammy, Alexis, have you guys ever thought of doing stand-up comedy? Mkona ujinga sana. I don't know how to see how there's a compliment.
Thanks.
Ogega Vincent,
we appreciate.
UMC wa Karatina rudishwe madhari amalize madawa, please. I have to go. Shiro, Anita, Butita, thank you so much. At 10 p.m.
Thank you for having
Lupita
us.
Nyong'o, Madina Naluanga, David Oyelo, Fuse ODG, and Flavor, all coming on at 10 p.m. I don't know what you'll be watching. Is there anything else to watch? I'll see you there.